day, everyone. It's a quiet, still morning here. I've already been out and done the chickens and the quail, done a spot of morning gardening as I like to do, and just really noticing how lovely the mist is. We've had some lovely intermittent rainy days, which I'm just loving. The weather's staying cooler, probably low 70s Fahrenheit, which is nice for me. I prefer 60s. And I think today's video is just going to be a sort of hodgepodge, mishmash of bits and bobs. At this time of the year, I'm so engrossed in just living each moment that one has to remember to turn the camera on. So let's get this video started with a mixture of randomness and a lovely view through the growing lavender and flowers of the new border, and the boat on its mooring, sailboat on its mooring, and the blur of the vast sea in the distance, just smeared out by nature's paintbrush. I think a fun little bit to add in today's mishmash hodgepodge video is the beauty of, I shared my hydrangeas in the second to last video, and these were just beginning to open. They were about at this stage here. So I just wanted to show how brilliant blue and purple this variety of lace cap is. I have a pair of these which are actually getting quite large. Here you can see them when they first start to open, and see how this one has a bit more blue. You can see the pink variety in the background. This is a variety that, despite the soil, blooms pink. So you can have this in the border, as I do, next to one which is affected by our soil. And I think it's a beautiful combination. So look at how brilliant those colors are. I hope they're turning out. And this would be amazing. See, little shots like this I love to use and store for possible ideas to make fabric design or such. Look at this lovely one here. See how the outer petals, or the outer flowers, and then see all the little inner petals where all the pollen and such happens. And on the same bush here we'll have these purples and blues, and then on top of it we'll have this blue, which isn't showing up as blue as I wish it were. See how this is more purple. This is more blue. Really, the camera's not doing it justice. And then here you can see this is the mophead variety, and you can see how the blues and the purples. Now this is the same bush, and the reason why some of these are turning out more pink while some are turning out blue is I have set up the gray water here, and it gets some of the gray water from our washing machine, and so I think that dilutes the soil in a way, but I'm quite happy with it. Well, first of all, I want to use our gray water instead of wasting it, but look at how lovely it is to see all of these tones of whites and pinks and blues, and then don't they look lovely just being hugged and embraced by this wonderful multicolored hosta. And this is fun here along the top of all my ferns. A giant leaf from a hosta, a little lace cap hydrangea, and look, a little snail is winding his way along the hosta. However, these type of snails, unlike slugs, do not seem to hurt our hostas too much. There's a tiny bit of leaf damage right here, but nothing to worry about. And you can again see, this is left from last season, which sometimes I leave them on because I think they're pretty. And then this blue, and then pushed up against this bit of the house, that brilliant blue. So just sharing again some of my hydrangeas. And here we have a tiny little new for this year. Look how tiny he is. A little praying mantis. See how tiny he is? Now these would get quite big. See if you see him next to the size of my finger. He's quite small. He'll probably get to be about maybe 4 inches. But these are lovely to have in the garden because they eat all sorts of pests. They're quite the vicious little insect killers, so we love that. Not sure if you can hear the chirping in the background, but that is our osprey getting ready to hunt. Back in the front garden, I noticed a lone snowy egret hunting, and I hope you can hear the funny squawking sound he makes. And I hope you can also hear the foghorns in the distance. And here, Algernon Seagull is busy eating his spider crab luncheon. I'm not sure if you can pick up the sound of the crickety cracking sound as he breaks the shell and eats the delicious afternoon meal. The quiet cacophony of sound of a summer afternoon by the sea. Sitting indoors enjoying my afternoon tea, I noticed out the window from my sitting room a local out clamming. So I just had to zoom in with my camera and capture it. It's just something very Cape Cod afternoon about looking outside one's window and noticing a gentleman with his clam rake and his floating basket of goodies out digging quahogs and oysters. And of course, having tea and some old Caruso albums in the background helps add to a joyful afternoon of tea. So, with another sip, I'll enjoy the clamming, the Cape Cod afternoon, and the ending of another lovely summer's day. And then the sun came out, and I couldn't resist, but grabbing my parasol and having a sniff around the lavenders and just enjoying a stroll in my long skirts. There's just something about one's trailing dresses on a warm summer afternoon. It makes me recall times when these lawns were dotted with the long shadows of parasoled ladies, and when the lawns and the sand felt the trailing skirts and petticoats of our great-grandmothers. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog and spending the day for a moment here on Cape Cod. Remember to stay creative. Cheers.